All right, man. Kirk Cousins did the impossible. He went down to Mercedes-Benz Arena down there in New Orleans, and he outdueled Drew Brees. Let's talk about the game. We back Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos, and Brees lost a fumble, threw a pick. Thielen had a fumble early on. Basically, it wasn't the greatest quarterback play from either one, but credit to Dalvin Cook, just like Derrick Henry. He didn't probably have the game Derrick Henry had yesterday for the Titans defeating the Patriots, but he was a huge integral part of what they was doing. Dalvin Cook had 94 yards on the ground. He had 36 yards receiving. Adam Thielen, he had the big catch at the end of the game. We'll talk about that. But one thing I noticed about Minnesota, and I'm a Lion fan, so I see the Minnesota games a lot of the times, is they did a great job defending Michael Thomas. Xavier Rhodes, a lot of the dudes in Minnesota, like Realistic Randy, rode Xavier Rhodes all season. I don't know what happened this season. Is he physically unable to perform like he wanted to? But he did a hell of a job defending against Thomas today and defending. And they secondary was depleted, and they did a great job in taking away what New Orleans did. They pretty much stopped Kamara. They just stopped pretty much everybody, and Drew Brees, they shut down their weapons. And the New Orleans Saints offense ain't too complex. It's Michael Thomas and Kamara. Since they got rid of Mark Ingram, another team being cheap, Kamara hasn't been as effective. They ain't really got Latavius Murray. They don't really run him like they ran Mark Ingram, even though he had a lot of success running when Bridgewater was in and Kamara was hurt. But they didn't really have that inside presence. And without Ingram, Kamara seemed not to be as effective. Cook didn't really step up. He had 54 yards. Thomas, they kind of got a good game plan to take him out. And you take Michael Thomas and Kamara out. I mean, Taysom Hill had a hell of a game, though. But you'll live with him doing what he need to do. But other than that, Minnesota's defense played outstanding. I think they recorded 3 sacks. New Orleans got 2 sacks, I believe. But, at the end of the day, Kirk Cousins tried to get the game away like Ryan Tannehill did. But it just shows you at some point the curse got to end. At some point, when you give a dude so many chances on Monday Night Football, I know Kirk Cousins like 0-5, 0-6. At some point, the probabilities and statistics tell you that he going to break through. And he broke through with that throw to Thielen. That was a dime right to the goal line. And then, he threw the fade to Kyle Rudolph from Notre Dame. I remember him watching Notre Dame, and that was a dime. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't no push-off. No, that was good football. And Kyle Rudolph scored the touchdown. Kirk Cousins made two big throws. And when they stopped Dalvin Cook from getting in the end zone, I said that they offensive coordinator, Stefanowski, whatever his name is, Kirk Cousins got to throw the football for them to win this game because they kicked the field goal. New Orleans could have got the ball back to tie or go up. So, like I said before, with Kirk Cousins, when they got down there, I said he got to make a throw. They're not going to let them run it in. And he made a throw one-on-one. They've been doing that all season to Kyle Rudolph. They get that one-on-one, Rudolph a big guy. And Kirk Cousins came through. He outplayed Brees. Brees fumbling. Brees don't have the arm strength. I think Brees is done. I think he can hang it up. And people saying Tom Brady done. Tom Brady seemed like he got way more in the tank than Drew Brees. But obviously he got more weapons than Drew Brees as well, too. Drew Brees got more weapons than him, in my opinion. But, Cook ran like a beast. Minnesota defense played well. And Kirk Cousins made a play when he had to make a play. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it boiled down to. He made 2 plays in overtime, and that was all she wrote. And the Minnesota defense, they played lights out. That was a great defensive plan by Mike Zimmer. There's been a lot of talk about Mike Zimmer can't win the big one. Kirk Cousins can't win the big one. So now they going to 49er land. And can they win that game? Yeah, they can win that game. Defense travel. Jimmy G never been in the playoffs, I don't believe. They got to run the ball well. And they got to put a good game plan. They'll be behind the 8-ball, but, 49ers is an inexperienced team going to the playoffs. They got some veterans over there, but they definitely got the team to travel to beat them. Last year, or was it last year before Jimmy G got hurt, they baffled Jimmy Garoppolo. You know what I'm saying? So they defense know how to defend them a little bit. So if they can bring that same defensive energy and they secondary play well, they got a chance. They got a chance with that defense and Cook running. They got a chance. They got a chance, man. The 49ers won't be easy, but I can see that happening, man. But like I said before, Kirk Cousins, you give a blind man enough time, enough shots. He hit something. He hit the bottle shooting. And they gave Kirk Cousins so many shots. He had to break through at some point. He had to break through. And that's what he did, man. And Cook, shout out to Cook. He ran like a man, 2 TDs, that's their offense. So next week, they going to have to get Thielen involved more. Diggs involved more. He was kind of being a little bit selfish on the sideline because he ain't getting the ball. But they won the game, but they got to look for Diggs. They got to find a way to get Diggs the ball next week. Diggs and Thielen going to be huge. The Kirk Cousins got to go on the road, and he got to do it again, man. So that's just a huge win by Minnesota, man. And if they can get past the 49ers and maybe see the Seahawks, Eagles, or Green Bay, I think if they see Green Bay again, they can get the dub. Even in Green Bay, I think they can. It's hard to beat somebody 3 times. It's hard. So, I think they just as in as anybody else in it, man. But Cousins got to continue to make throws. And at some point, the game is going to be on his shoulder. That's what it boiled down to. Lamar, Patrick, Tannehill, Watson, Wentz, Wilson, Garoppolo, Cousins. It's boiling down. It's gonna boil down to them and their arms, or some of them their legs. Mostly got to make the throws. But we'll see, man. Congratulations, Minnesota. They moving on to play the 49ers in 49er land. We'll see how that boil out. But Cook and them throws by Cousins in overtime, that was a ticket, man. Goodfellas Sports TV. Check out our NFL playlist. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation and link subscription. Best way to donate is share the video. Let me know what you guys thought about the game. Seahawks and Eagles and Philly up next. So we'll be covering that as well, too. We go.